So Jake laughed at me because she is our fabulous special guest speaker today, and she said, wow, you like made a big deal out of me, like you really want them to come to the meeting. And I said, no, this is a big deal because I think our team takes for granted that sometimes I'm invited to be a trainer somewhere, and guess what, they're going to talk me up. And Jake has been invited now to be a trainer on Tony Branner's team, and they're going to be excited to go to the call. And I just want our team to have that same, like, oh my gosh, we have some really great, and some of you have trained on our calls today. Or not today, but in the past. And I think sometimes we don't take for granted, we do take for granted the talent and the passion that we have on our team. And so I do want you to feel like, wow, you have come to the right place today, because Jake and her team not only is, and I've seen so many things happen on the team, so I thank all of you who have been rising up and taking care of different parts of the team while we're gone. But Jake really dug in and did things with these tribes and everything, and then she's been meeting individually with her team and making these weekly plans, because we do have a franchise, and a franchise means a duplicatable system, a way that you just do it. And what we've noticed is there have been a lot of promotions on our team, and this summer almost every promotion is from Jake's team. Isn't that interesting? And that just shows you these girls are doing the work. Just a minute. They're doing the system, and they're getting the results. And so I think this could be one of your most powerful trainings that you've been part of. So let's have a round of applause for Jake Derr, QNMD. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Susie. Makes me want to come to this training. All right. So this all came about because we were really overwhelmed with all of the events that were being thrown at us. Debbie and I were on a call, and we both have had challenges cognitively and just needed a way to just kind of slow everything down into just a simple way that we could focus and not be so overwhelmed with all of the events that we had presented to us every day or every week. Because with Tony, I mean, when we got invited to hers, we were getting anywhere between 2 to 10 events every week, between what she was offering and then what we would find also within the Juice Plus community. And it just became really, really overwhelming. And so this kind of just became, this came out of a conversation that she and I were having, and just a way for us to um, help us to focus. And so I'm just going to jump right in and show you. Well, first of all, we got to start out with, what do we need? We need, number one, who are we going to invite, right? So I hope that you brought your list of your customers, some customers, maybe some teammates, and definitely some prospects. And the way that we do it is we start off with at least 10 prospects every week, because if you're doing the 2x2x2x2 chart, you would be speaking to 2 customers or 2 prospects every day for 5 days. But we do that a little bit differently. We started out all at the beginning of the week, and we invite those 10 prospects to events. Okay. So first of all, you got to know who you're going to invite. So I hope you've got your lists. And if you don't, go ahead and start jotting down while we're here. And because we're gonna take some time to actually do this activity. Okay. So that when we get off of this call, you're going to be prepared to go out and use this information. But I'm going to show you really quick how you can locate your customers if you don't know how to do that. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go to our virtual office. I'm going to sign back in. And so what you do is, number one, you can come right here to your alerts. And then it says here that I have 5 personal customers whose shipment is in the next 15 days. So you can click on that if you want to, if this is how you want to do it. And you go right here. These are my customers that are going to be shipping in the next 15 days. So you could invite them to something to help them to really build their belief in why they're taking Juice Plus. Or sometimes some of these events are more business related, and so you might want to invite them to something like that. Okay. Another way to do it is go back over here to, well, go back to your alerts. I'm going to just show you here too. Um, in your alerts, will see if you've got new team or downline members. These might be people that you want to either yourself or you and their sponsor reach out to. We've got Evelyn Jimenez. She's brand new and on our team under Yvette. So congratulations, Yvette. So these would probably be events that we would want to think of for her because she's brand new. She's going to want to get educated. Okay. And then also anybody who maybe needs to renew, maybe they need to rebuild their belief. And so we've got a couple people there too. Okay. So I'm also going to show you how to pull up, maybe you don't have some alerts coming up. So I'm going to show you how to pull up your customers. So you go to customer data and then go over here to edit customer order. And I'm not going to put in any criteria. I'm just going to pull up all of my customers. I'm going to run that report. And this is how we do it right now, okay? Might change when we get our new system. And I'm going to click on this right here, next ship date, because I want to get everybody in order, okay? And then I'm going to flip it around. So here I got ship dates all in that order, but I don't know that I want to wait that. Well, I guess I can go down here. I've got people coming up anywhere between, well, here now 27th through the end of the year. So maybe some of these people I want to invite to help them to build their belief in Juice Plus, or invite them into the business. Okay. Everybody got that? Any questions? Okay. All right. Moving right along. Now we need to know what events there are. So I just put together a bunch of events. We've got a lot coming up, thanks in part to, well, in the large part to Tony. And so here are some. So on Monday tonight, this is the one that Susie was talking about, how Bobby jumped right on and invited. This is Build a Life, Not a Living. Jenna and Jake Rude, they are a work from home family who said yes to their dreams and spending more time together and making an impact. And they're going to teach us how we can build a life that we love with the people that we love, no matter what our story is. And the audio that I can send this out to, I can forward that audio to our team if you'd like. The one that Tony sent along with this. This was our challenge this morning. And so she encouraged everyone to invite at least one person to this event, because like a young person who maybe their job isn't ticking off all the boxes. And then also tonight, there is a solutions call for the Spanish community. This is all in Spanish. So if you have Hispanic speaking friends, this might be something that would be interesting to them. Okay. And then Tuesday, their standard solutions call and their pro time. The solutions call is always a really great educational opportunity for people to learn about Juice Plus, but also there's always a theme to go along with it. And so this week, it's with Jenna, and it's a great chance to introduce our community to young people, young adults, and young parents. So they're going to get a really great education about what Juice Plus is, why it's important in our lives. These are some of the best calls. I mean, these trainings are really, really outstanding. And each week it's not exactly the same solution call. It's a little bit different, but there's always a different theme to go along with it. That they're going to pick. Even if you went to every single solutions call, you're going to get something new out of it, because there's always a new topic. And then it's followed up by her pro time. It's basically a connection call, and there's like a 20-minute power training from a leader on a specific deal. Yeah, Susie.
I know this week that Jenna's doing the training, and she's doing it on all the social media that people said they came out of conference and they're like, how do you do that on Instagram, or how do you do that? And so she's going to speak to that.
Oh man, so this could be a list, that you want to, maybe you want to invite your team to. Thanks for letting me know that, Susie. I didn't know that. So
Yeah, just to differentiate, the pro call is for reps only. That is not a product call. That is how to be more professional in your business.
Mm-hmm. And when they do these calls, I mean, they're like on time. It starts at 8 o'clock Central Time and it ends at 8:30, and then they go right into the pro time. And people can stay on the line if they want to, but the pro time is really geared more towards partners. Okay, and then on Wednesday, this I found on Facebook. I love how amazing our company is, how this is one team, one mission. Um, this one here is Life and Health Beyond the Salon. So this is going to be this Wednesday night, and there's a couple of different events. So they've got two of the same speakers, and then one gal, two of the gals are different, but there's a couple of different time periods so that if one doesn't work for your people, they've got a couple of different options. And she said to, let me look up my notes here. She said to think of salon owners and estheticians, and give me just a second, hairstylists, estheticians, nail artists, massage therapists, eyelash artists, makeup artists. Okay. And the password for that one is all uppercase happy. Okay. Um, and then we've also got our plant-based masterclass. These are phenomenal. They're about an hour long, but they are outstanding. In fact, Olga had invited a gal that she met through Tony Robbins. She just invited her to these, and she came to, like, I don't know, 5 of them. And then Olga invited her to do a connection call with me. And she was totally sold on Juice Plus after watching these. She saw the value of those, and she joined our mission. So that was really exciting. But this week is going to be really a fun one. It's fall in love with fun. Fall in love with fun, family friendly seasonal recipes. So they're actually going to do a cooking class. So those are fun. So maybe think of, young parents, or even like people of my age who were, Darren and I are, pretty much empty nesters, but we get tired of the same old. And we tend to fall back on our comfort foods of our kids' youth, which isn't necessarily healthy. So these can be fun for basically everybody. And then on Thursdays we have coffee break with Nicole Lamar. These are always at this time zone is Central Time. So anyway, these are fun, a really fun call too. And this is during the day. All right. So now here's a list of some of the events. And so what my recommendation would be, you don't have to go to all of these. I try to go to as many events as possible, but it's just not possible to attend all of them. I'm going to make this smaller so everybody can see them. Um, it's not possible to go to all of the events, but if while I was reading through that, if you thought of people right away, I hope that you wrote their names down. But what I recommend to my team, this is what Debbie and I did. So we picked out some events, and we wrote it. We put it on a piece of paper. We put it across the top. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday were events. So the Monday one is the Build a Life with Jake and Jenna. Tuesday is the Solutions. And probably I put down here, maybe down here is the Pro Time, because I didn't realize that was on social media. So I definitely want to invite some of my team to that one. Um, or I'll make another column or maybe another page. And then Wednesday is Beyond the Salon, and then also our seasonal recipes, and then Thursday is Coffee Break. And so what I would do is I would take my list of people, and I would look for at least 2 events, specifically 2 events. We want to give them options. Now, this is my philosophy, is that we want to give them options. I know that there are people that only want to give them one option at a time, but it's really interesting how sometimes we'll give them 2 options and they'll choose both. They want to go to both events. Okay, so go ahead. Does everybody have a list of people? If you don't, use this time. We're going to take, let's say, 5 minutes, and we'll just go ahead and put your headings across the top. I'm going to go ahead and pull this back down here so you can see what events you want to write down. And then we'll take about 5 minutes to just go ahead and make our list of get our people put in those slots. Okay, so think of who you want to move over there and put them in 2 different slots.
Hey, Jake, this is Vivi.
Yeah,
Would you invite somebody to the Thursday coffee break?
yeah, absolutely. It's a
Okay.
fun call.
Yeah, it is. I just didn't know if, like, who would you, would it be any like a customer or anybody that you think would?
It's anybody that you want to be with, some people from the community. Sometimes there are 3 people, sometimes there are 8 or 9 people. A lot of times Nicole, she just has a really fun personality. She ends up sharing her story, but she's not doing a PowerPoint. She's not selling anybody on anything. It's just saying, hey, are you tired of being cooped up? Some of my friends in my community meet for this coffee break and gather together. I'd love for you to meet them. That kind of.
Okay,
It's very
great.
cat.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susie. Got about 2.5 minutes left. If you're joining us on the phone, we're just using this time to as a work break. So we are planning out who we're going to invite to events for the rest of the week.
If you ever get stuck and you can't think of more people, what I do is I go to my last few Facebook posts, and I'll just click on who commented, who liked or something. And sometimes that will jog my brain, like it did when I was doing this before. I was like, ooh, I just told her last week that I would contact her, but it's because her name popped up. And that way, they're already following and staying in touch with you.
Great tip. Okay, everybody get some names down. Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna pull up another list here for you. Make another quick share. Susie maybe reminded me of something. If you go to the Freedom Revolution and you click on training, and you come down to share, you don't have to click on it, just hover over training, come down to sharing with others, and you scroll down here, there's a PDF that you can download and print or save to your phone or whatever. And it's who do I talk to? I'm just going to show you this. I call this my memory jogger. And so it just gives you a list of people who you can reach out to, make a list up to help you to jog your memory on who to put on your memory jogger. Lots of ideas. Okay. So now, did everybody get a good list of people? Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, Wanda, we were talking about you earlier. Wanda is the gal who went to the plant-based masterclass. That's who Olga had invited to the plant-based masterclass and had attended like, I think 5 of those when we did the call and really sold her on. Wanda, do you want to share that real quick? How that really helped you to understand Juice Plus?
Right. I thought I was going to just come in here like a fly on a wall.
No, let's put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm eating lunch with you ladies.
That's great.
Gentlemen, if there's any, I don't see any yet. Hi, I'm Wanda. I was actually looking for protein powder. I needed a new protein powder. And Olga piped up and mentioned it. I think it was our Tony Robbins UPW we were on. And I'm always looking for, I will try anything. I will look for anything that's healthy. If there's no science in it, you got my attention. So she introduced me to the protein powder. I love it. I use it all the time. But then she told me about the capsules of the vegetables, the fruit and berries. And my ears just perked up. I'm like, yes, no science in it. So she kind of already sold me on it right there. I am a personal trainer, so my head is going, yep, I can, this person and this person and this person and this person and this person. I don't usually join any kind of selling types of anything. There's isogenics, there's whatever else is out there, all the other different ones. As a personal trainer, I could not sleep at night knowing I'm selling something that's I wouldn't personally use, and I know it's a quick fix. So when I found Juice Plus, or when it was introduced to me, I'm like, I can offer this to my clients and myself and sleep at night knowing I'm doing something good with them. And it's a forever thing. It's not just a quick, let's lose 20 pounds in 12 weeks and call it a day. It is a forever thing. So I just need to get myself together to get it out there more. I've got so many projects on the go. It's crazy. It'll make you happy, Jake and Susie, that I got my book open today to write down my story of how I got here so I can post it and get out there. It's awesome. On my agenda today. So awesome. So I love it because there's no science in it, and I do not like putting science in my body whatsoever, but I like to have the science behind it to prove that it's a good product. So I'm hoping that's the story you wanted.
What does that mean, there's no science behind it? Because I feel like there's so much science in Juice Plus. What do you mean by that?
As in there's no chemicals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, good question. Yeah, I don't like you're in milk, you have fortified vitamin D. People are drinking milk because of vitamin D or calcium. It's injected in it, right? Like it's not coming from the actual product, where the capsules come right from the product, and there's nothing added. There's nothing.
That's cool.
So it makes my head and heart happy.
So there's science, there's no science added to it. It's just, but it's backed by science. It's
backed by science. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, because somebody else is thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I was too.
Yeah.
That is a great story though. And just being able, the way you can just share from your heart that, hey, this is something I'd put in my own body. And I also love that there are other things out there that everybody wants to lose weight. So let's do this quick fix, but it's not forever. And
Yeah,
Right.
look how many people here have been taking this and sharing it with people over 10 or 15 years. It's pretty remarkable. So
Right.
thanks for
Yeah.
sharing, Wanda. I'm so glad you showed up to be a fly on the wall. You did a great job, Fly.
Thanks. I do have to put out there, if I could say one more thing now, the fly's out.
Now she's a biting fly.
But yeah, now I'm a wasp. My husband stepped on the scale, and the only thing he's changed, not that we were looking for a weight loss program for him, but it's given him more energy to move, to burn more calories, that he's actually lost some weight. So he's pretty excited. He's pretty diligent on taking them every day. He finally tried the protein powder because well, you're just trying another one. I'll just let you figure it out and tell me if it's good to do, right? So I'm like, yes, to it. So he loves it. And I am a napper. I've napped since I was a baby. Like, if you're looking for Wanda, she's asleep somewhere. I have not napped since I started taking Juice Plus.
Wow.
I'm on. I have not eaten fruit for 10 years or plus because it affects my allergies and stuff. And I'm eating the fruit, or taking the fruit capsules, and I'm on. I am here. Usually I'd be going for a nap right now, but I'm on. So thank you for Juice Plus.
Yeah,
thanks for Olga stepping up.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's fantastic.
Actually, the story I was wanting from you, but I'm so glad that you shared all of that.
Okay, yeah.
But you had attended 5 of the plant-based master classes.
Oh, yes.
Before we had our connection call. And so why was that so, how did that really play into you wanting to become a part of all of this?
I like to learn what if I'm planning to take anything or do anything. I love to get information, and I love anything whole foods, anything real, anything that Mother Nature makes. It makes my head and heart happy. And yeah, when Olga introduced that group to me, that's exactly what it was. And gave a whole bunch of other different information too on all the different nights. I've made notes from it, but I've made notes from 12 other things I've done too. So I got too many things on the go. But no, everything, I love that you have the people that you have come and talk to is great. I love it.
Yeah, can play a big role in helping people to have that third party validation. So, okay. So now that we have our list, I'm going to show you what we do with that list. Okay. So these are the events that we're inviting to this week. Here's the breakdown of some of the events on a deal here. And then this is what we do next. So this is the verbiage that we use, and I can share this. Now, what I do is, this is a basic, just kind of a skeleton. And then we would personalize this, obviously. We'd say, hey, Wanda, I was looking through some online healthy living and nutrition educational events that I have available to me through the Juice Plus Healthy Living community that I'm part of. And I saw a couple that made me think of you. I'm feeling like that's a little wordy. Might have to reword that. The live webinars I think you might be most interested in and would get some gold nuggets from are, now this is how I save this into my phone. I type all of this out, I save it into the notes section of my phone, and I have all of the events that I'm planning on inviting to that week, okay? And then with the date and the time, and then I have the closing. If this just isn't for you right now, that's okay. I'm simply on a mission to help the people I care about take greater control of their health. But if this does pique your interest, which of these would you like to check out? I'm happy to send you the links, okay? So what I do is I copy that, paste it into a message to Wanda, type in her name, and delete. I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to delete that one, because there's only 2 of there that I'm going to invite her to. So I invite her to those. Once I get the ones deleted that I don't want to invite her to, then I just send it off to her. And then I go to my next person. Simple enough, right? This works, folks. This really, really works. This is how Debbie got to QSC, because she was doing this diligently. And then she was doing her follow-up. So I will send this verbiage to everybody. And that way you don't have to retype it out if you want to. But it really is working to do that first thing in the beginning of the week. And I wish that we could have I'm trying to figure out how we can have all of these earlier so that we could actually do it on Sunday, so that on Monday we're rolling, you know, we don't have to, because some people work. And I know, like for Debbie, she has rheumatoid arthritis, and sometimes it's difficult for her to get rolling in the morning. And so like tonight, we've already got an event tonight, so we could have been inviting yesterday if I'd have known about that event in time, but I didn't know about it in time. So anyway, Susie and I are also talking about doing a weekly kind of a get together where we can plot this stuff out together. I know that y'all are adults and you don't necessarily need any hand holding, but sometimes that accountability and that focused time to actually just sit down and do some work, you know, like 20 minutes to just sit down and say, okay, these are the events for the week. Let's everybody get out your list, and bring your list of your prospects, your customers, your teammates, bring all that to our call, and let's just sit down and have some focused, you know, time. Is that something that anybody is interested in doing? Like maybe on a Sunday, late afternoon, early evening?
And I'm thinking too, if we just get in the habit and we all are sitting there together doing it, if everybody comes just like here with our names and we pull up, it's just that time that we're going to sit down and do it. But I would also like to get us in the habit then of saying, okay, now pull up your virtual office, or do it before or right after. You know, who are in your alerts, who are your customers that say they're ready to ship? Because you definitely want to touch base with them ahead of time. Do you have any new team members? Do you need to reach out to them? Should they be doing a connection call and a welcome call with me? You know, what's the next step with them? Do you have any people that are up for renewal on your team? Because if those people fall through the cracks, I've done it. And then it's like, what the heck? Yeah, those customers roll up, but they don't tend to stay with you as much if they roll up from somebody else. And then it also tells you in your alerts, are you close to qualifying? Do you have teammates close to qualifying? So if we just get used to always looking at that, let's say we did that on a Sunday night, and we looked at what the flyers were for the week, and we picked out at least 10 names, then our mind is already working that way. We're already thinking about those things. So I do believe it's really important. And if you want to do it as a community, I think that's great. If you do it on your own, that's great. I think the main thing is just to do it. And sometimes if we know other people are going to be there, it doesn't become one of those things that I'm going to get to that. And then it's Monday. Oh yeah, I'm going to get to that. And then it's Wednesday. Oh, well, now it's kind of late. I'll do it next week. Right. We put things off. So I do think it's important. And I notice Tony's team does that on Sunday nights at 8:30 Eastern time now. And they say, hey, it's 20 minutes. You just come prepared, you get the shot in the arm, and you plot out your plan. So I love it.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea too. I know it really works for Debbie and I when we do that. So anyway.
So would this be like the huddle calls that we did at the beginning of the year? Because I love doing those. That really made me get my butt in gear and do what I was supposed to do.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I have that on here too, that I would love for us to start having 1 or 2 huddle calls. Huddle calls would be, okay, now we had our plan and we contacted those people, or maybe we didn't, and that's your time to contact them. But it's also, you got to follow up, you know, so what are we doing with the follow-up and having those hours? So yeah, I'm looking for people. I just don't want it to, you know, last time we had a lot of different people that would host a huddle call, and I so appreciate that. So if you're sitting here, maybe you, Bobby, you're great at leading this. You can pick a time that works for you. We'll put it on the planner, or, you know, on the team, just saying, hey, I'm going to do huddle calls. Just try to give people even 24 hours notice. I think that you have a better chance of people showing up. But I'm open to anybody running huddle calls, and I'll be doing that too. I'm sure other people will step up.
Those are really successful.
Mm-hmm. And it's just more fun when it doesn't, then it's everybody, you get everybody's energy. Or sometimes we would have a challenge, put one chickenless person in there and come back at the end of the hour and tell us, how that went for you. So I think it's fun. And I still think we're still all too split apart. I think we just need to see each other's faces more and know what's going on. I love the tribes for that. I love seeing some of the tribes are really active, and you guys are doing such a good job. So yeah, just share some of that goodness.
Mhm. I agree. Anybody have any questions or thoughts?
I do. I just have a quick question. On the sheet that you just showed us where everything you had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Jake, do you have that posted somewhere, or is that what you did for yourself, hon?
I just did that for this training, but it's
Okay.
actually, I think Susie posted it in, did you post it in Team Ignite, Susie, for the announcements, all those events?
I post all the events. All she's doing, Natalie, you could take a legal pad because the events are going to change every week. And then
Right.
just take the ones that you like, and so you kind of have an idea where, so she can visually see these are on Monday, these are on Tuesday, these are on Wednesday.
And you have those all listed on Team Ignite, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It always starts with announcements this for the week of blah, blah, blah. And then you'll see them there. Mhm.
The only one that won't be on there is the one for tonight, because we just got word of that one.
Right. And what was the password you said on the salute?
Happy, the one that's for the salon. The salon one is all uppercase happy. And that's actually, did I include that on the flyer, Susie? I think
I can't remember.
yeah, I know I edited one of the images and put that on there.
If you look under the salon flyer and one of the other ones, if they give an extra information, I put it in the comments section. So you might want to click on each one and see.
Yeah, that's where it was in the extra information, so that you'd have an idea of what it, sometimes we need a little bit more information to know who to invite and all of that. And I love that they gave that.
Yeah, what in your little blurb that you send to everybody, do you give them any idea of what they're going to be about, or do you just kind of title?
I give them the titles and maybe a little bit of information. I mean, that's probably a good idea. But typically, like the Beyond the Salon is going to, give a little bit of an idea, and then the fun family recipes, and the solutions call. I will put like, this week they're talking about blah blah blah, whatever.
Okay, thank you.
One thing I'd learned from Kerry Daigle, he's such a promoter, is what he does, is he would say you don't want to give too much about what the speaker is talking about. One, we don't always really know what the speaker is going to talk about. Two, he says you want to really talk about, wow, this is such a dynamic young couple. I thought of them because, I see you in the same generation, or I see you, blah, blah, blah. Or these people are so experienced with plant-based cooking. I don't know if you're into that or not, but we could all use some new healthy recipes. So it's where you just have a little snippet about what it is, but more so trying to build up the, oh my gosh, these people are having so much fun adding to their salon or adding to the benefit of their salon. It made me think about you, because I always come in and get my eyebrows, or as my esthetician, I thought you might benefit from this information. So you don't have to, because he said, otherwise people will say, if you tell them a little, we do this with Juice Plus, we tell too much before we give them the whole story of the video. And then they just kind of decide, just like I did when Cheryl first told me, oh, I eat enough fruits and vegetables, I'm not interested. So it's better to sell them on just why you thought about them, or how awesome you think the speaker is going to be.
Right. And that's what I was, thank you. That's what I would do is just, this is why I thought of you, because they're going to be showing how to make fun family recipes. And I thought of you because of this particular reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyone else? Okay. Well,
this simplifies things. I thank you, Jake, for doing that. And just remember, Jake's been doing this for weeks now, and they're absolutely seeing results. And we can see in the customer count has gone way up with her people that are doing this. Promotions have gone up. So
we had another promotion just the other day. It hasn't been official yet, so it hasn't been announced, but we've got another, and we've got another one coming.
yeah.
So
So
we're very close to another one.
it's going to be a really great month again. So just know, if you ever feel stuck or you have a teammate that feels stuck, it's just doing this. It's doing the activity. It's being prepared and doing it every single day. So through huddle calls, through planning calls, through making a plan and then doing it, you too will experience more income, more customers, more impact, and more title rewards on your team, more people joining your team. So I'm excited.
Yep.
Any
Very
final
exciting.
questions? All right.